Alright guys, I'm going to turn off the light and then we're going to go ahead and get into what I'm going to talk about. So, first things first, we are reviewing a gun on LDD today. However, I do want to point out a few different things. So, this is a really cool website. This is world.guns.ru. Just Google search it, you'll be able to find it. This is the website that I go to if I want to find cool, interesting guns that no one has ever heard about to design. I found 3 really cool firearms that I'm thinking about making. On top of, I've heard you guys trust me about the MP, it's not MP, it's the STG-44, the Link Sniper Rifle. I do have those requests, they are being worked on, just give me a little bit. Those are really big builds, there's a lot of work that goes into doing things like that. But in my, if I need 30 minutes worth of building and I don't want to spend it trying to do the Link's recoil mechanism in the barrel, I go and I'll build like a small pistol or something like that. And that's where this website comes in handy, because it over here on this side you can see different types of weapons that you can divide things up into and use different things like that. This website is a Russian website. As you can see up here, it has the Russian and American flag. If you can read Russian, congratulations, you will be able to read this website way more than I do, but the English is auto-translated, so there's a little bit of grammatical errors here and there, but for the most part you can still read things. And this right here, over here, is most recent updates. This works just like my website, where it shows you what weapons were most recently added, except they do it by month and whatnot. So I went through the most recent updates since I was last on the website, and I actually found 2 pistols and a really cool AK design that I might want to do. So we're going to start with the AK because that's the bigger one, and I want to go over what this is. Kalashnikov Sega Mark 107 AK-15 semi-automatic carbine, and then it says Russia because this is a Russian-made weapon. What is this? What makes this different from a standard AK? First off, comes with an M4 buffer tube. That's a little bit different. I don't usually see Russians featuring that in their weapons because they don't. It's not that they don't like the Western influence that they have on guns, because actually a lot of the Alpha troopers over there use Russian influenced weapons, but it's just like brand new to me. The main reason I want to build this weapon is because it has what we call auto balancing recoil system. It works just like an AEK 971. And basically what I mean by that is, and that's why this video is here, the top part of the bolt goes forward while the bottom part of the bolt goes back, and that cancels out some of the recoil that you have, and you end up having some of the lowest recoil that you'll ever see. So you see this guy shoot it, and there's almost no recoil behind this weapon at all. It's absolutely redonkulous how much this mitigates the recoil system. Again, this works just like the AEK 971. This is really nothing new, but it's a pretty cool weapon. It looks just like an AK. It's going to be super easy to build, so that's just something I wanted to bring to people's attentions. This is one of the pistols. This is called the Strike 1. It's an Arsenal Firearms pistol. What's really cool about this is the bore axis of it. Basically, for other people who don't know what bore axis is, the lower the bore axis, the higher your hand sits up on the grip compared to where the barrel is. So you can see the barrel there, and then you can see where your hand ends there. The higher that is, the lower the recoil impulse going up like this, whereas it comes straight back like this. So this gun has really low recoil impulse in terms of going up like this. You'll see a guy in the video here basically limp wrist it using his finger to pull the trigger, and then basically his circle of his hand right here to hold the gun, and then all 3 of these fingers are out doing nothing, and he's able to control the weapon and cycle it and shoot it at the same time. That's pretty incredible for a pistol, because when you think of someone holding a pistol with just the inside of their hand and their trigger finger basically, you would think that they wouldn't be able to control it. It's going to fly out of their hand, like all those YouTube videos that we see and things like that, but that's not the case here. It's pretty legit. This is the other pistol that I saw. This looks futuristic and cool. I really like this pistol. Again, this goes with the low bore axis like the previous pistol. This is a service pistol that they're working on in Russia. It's still in the experimental prototype stage, which is why all the captions to the pictures say prototype. But look how futuristic this thing looks. It almost looks like the Dominator from Psycho Pass. I know that's a stretch, but it looks fantastic. I would love to be able to build this gun out of Legos and get all the angles right, all the measurements right, all the features working down, fully ambidextrous, slide lock on both sides, safety on both sides, magazine release on both sides? I don't know, he says fully ambidextrous down here in the description. I'll have to look into it just a little bit more. The low bore axis, and then the really cool thing, right here, and I know you guys probably won't be able to read that, it's expected to be no less than 10,000 rounds of very hot 7N21 AP Russian Army service grade ammunition. That's the service life of the pistol. Expected. 10,000 rounds of that would destroy most pistols. 7N21 AP Russian ammunition is nasty. That shit tears through body armor. And if you can run 10,000 rounds of that through your pistol, that's pretty impressive. So we're already 6 minutes in. I probably should have made this 2 separate videos, but I just wanted to show you guys 3 guns that might be coming up here in the future. I don't know, and the website that I use. But today we're going to be taking a look at the Mineba M9 Chinese machine pistol, or submachine gun. It depends on who you are. This is what it looks like rendered in LDD de Pauvre. I know it's in black. You guys can't really see much of the detail and things going on, but it is literally the exact same real-life gun that I have, except modified a hair differently. Why did that close out? Modified a hair differently to feature a little bit different ergonomics to it. So I'll go over that in a second, but for the most part, it's the same thing with a few different minor changes. So I'm going to go ahead and open up an LED. Now then, I should have, instead of being lazy, I should have added in the magazine release, the safety, and the other sling mount. Well, there is no other sling mount, but I didn't. I was too lazy to really do that. So what you see is what you get. It's literally the exact same real-life model that I have, except with one major modification here and one major modification with the magazine. So yep, we're going to start in the back. Here's the first sling mount. Attach it right there. Here's the iron sight right there. Lines up with the front one just like so. Top of the receiver completely flat. Bolts and charging handle right here. Wraps up like that so it doesn't get in front of your sights and obscure those. This little box coming out here, like my suspicions in my last episode or my video about this, is that this is a shell ejection port. It is, or no shit, it's a shell ejection port. It's a brass deflector. It keeps the brass from flying back at you. That is indeed what this is. So that's really cool. It's got the necessary screw details going along the side here. These two are just for show. These aren't actually on the real model. But if you want to like take these off, to take the front foregrip off, you can do that on this. Trigger, basic trigger, works. The trigger guard, just like the Lego model that I have in real life. I know this works because the one in real life works. One of the major modifications is that this piece here actually sits a stud higher, so it doesn't bite into the back of your hand, your circle between your thumb and your pointer. So yep, bottom of this curved. All around the grip is curved so that it fits more comfortably in your hand, as you can see. Magazine turned sideways instead of up or normal, like my thing. This bullet on top should be yellow and dark green. I don't know why it's not. Pretty legit. On this side you have the reinforcement ribs. And that's what they are, by the way. If you're ever wondering what like micro Uzis and Uzis and things like that, what those little ridges are. On the inside, the bolt rides along those basically. So that's what these are for. They just stamp it into there instead of adding and welding in things. They just stamp it on using the excess material on the outside here. So that's what those are. Front sling mount here, just a clapped on piece. Barrel, pretty simple, you can see down it. And then front foregrip, which is another change from my the real life version that I have. This one uses slope pieces and whatnot to get a better angle. So a little bit of information about these. What is this? This is essentially the smallest version of the Uzi, the micro Uzi, with a front foregrip thrown in front of it and a little bit longer barrel. And this is what the Japanese Self-Defense Force uses to go kick in doors in really tight environments and absolutely mow through things. Super high rate of fire, the bolt's really small, really low recoil impulse, not to mention a front foregrip in case you want to really grab onto it. If you want to see this shown in an anime, because I did just so happen to watch this anime most recently, and I know for a fact it's in the show along with the Shytac M200, the PP2000s, dual wield FAMASs. There is a character in the show, Monster Musume no Iru Nichijo. It's a mouthful, I know. If you just want to look it up in English, it's just Ordinary Life with Monster Girls. There's a girl in there that uses dual wield FAMASs, dual wields these, dual wields PP2000s. A person on her team uses the Shytac M200 sniper rifle, the L96 sniper rifle, and then there's another bolt action that I didn't recognize in the show, so unfortunate, I couldn't recognize it. And then the third person on their team, I don't think uses guns. I think she just uses brute strength to throw shit at people. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and crank out a few more videos tonight. I'm not really tired. It's 2:16 in the morning. I slept until 4 yesterday, so I got plenty of time to sleep, basically. So next up, we should be seeing the DSR-1, the M4A12, another Beretta 23R. There's a weapon on the left side of the screen that you guys can see, and then there's another Master Edition at the bottom right side of the screen that you guys can see as well. All of these weapons will be coming out soon. I'm basically going to binge out all these weapons like tonight, so that I could just start uploading them over the next week or so. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. In case you're wondering, this right here is the stock to the M14 battle rifle. Do not worry, it is not an upcoming model. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.